Hey everyone, we're back for another workout of the day. Are you ready to feel some burning? It is 4 rounds of time. It is called Fire Hazard. It is 25 box jumps, 25 weighted flutter kicks, 10 deadlifts, 25 leg sliders, and 20 renegade rows. So we're going to go through all of those movements and the modifications, and then you can get started. Okay, so the first movement is going to be our box jump. So you will need a box for this, and I will show you if you don't have a box what you can do. So we're going to set up, we're going to be facing the box, pretty close up to the box. We want to jump fully and completely on the box. So we're going to land with our feet totally on the box. We don't want any cliffhangers. And we want to land in this nice quarter squat position and stand all the way up. And you can either step down or you can jump down, whatever is easy on you. Sometimes jumping down can be a little bit harder on the knees and the hips. So you can adjust the height of the box to fit your needs. You can also do step ups. So again, we're going to step fully, completely on the box with our foot. Step all the way up until our leg is straight, and then we're going to come back down with the other one, and then we're just going to switch legs back and forth. So things that I don't want you to do is, again, jump with your feet hanging off the box, or jump in a full squat and then stand up. The full squat is really tough on those hips and joints and knees and everything, so try not to do that. Also, we really want to get that nice high jump, right? That's really what's going to use our muscles nice and great. Now, if you don't have a box, you can set up, preferably if you have bumper plates like those, the rubber plates, you can set those up to a height that you feel comfortable jumping on. And what I mean by that is some people get a little hesitant when they're jumping on, so work your way up low to high. You can also, if you're going to use a bench, I suggest putting some weights on, even if it's a heavier bench, on the legs, just to hold it more stable. Because remember, a lot of these benches have padding, so it's going to make it a little bit less steady when you jump up onto a bench. You can use stairs. If you're in your house and you have stairs, you can jump up onto the step or step up onto the steps. You can get creative and do whatever you have in the house that you can jump or step over, or you can jump over something, or you can do jumping squats. So we're going to have our body nice and straight and aligned. Our toes are going to be pointed slightly outward, and we're going to follow our knees to our toes, pointed slightly outward. So our knees are coming out, they're not coming in or forward. So that's going to keep our feet flat and come straight up and down rather than bend back and forth. So we're just going to come down and jump. If you're not ready for, or your joints aren't ready, or you're not ready for that jump, just do air squats. And again, that's the same thing. Just make sure you're trying to come down to at least parallel to the ground, so this leg is parallel to the ground. So the next movement is going to be our weighted flutter kicks. So we're going to just go over the flutter kick first. So the modification would be without the weight. So we want to come, so our shoulders are off the ground. Hey, Mia. Our shoulders are off the ground. Our legs are going to come up, and they're never going to be touching the ground. We don't want to be touching the ground. We just want to be kicking at a slow, even pace, really squeezing those abs. So that's without the weight. Now with the weight, you can do, two things. Now you can use a dumbbell, you can use a plate, whatever you feel. What do you think? A dog. Hi. So you can either bring your arms straight up and kick, or if you want to make it harder, bring your arms back and you will feel it in those abs, trust me. Okay, so with or without the weight, you can also, if you have no weight and you have bands, you can also add the band onto your legs here. You're gonna wrap them around your ankles. You're gonna come up and again, shoulders off the ground, and you're gonna pull against each other. Okay. So the next movement is gonna be our deadlift. So if you have a barbell, awesome. I'm gonna take mine off the rack here. So, it's okay, me. So you're gonna just come up to the barbell. Your feet are gonna be slightly wider than hip width apart. You want the barbell to be in contact with your body the whole time. So if you find that the barbell is out, not against you, gotta pull that barbell close, nice and tight, so that you're not putting stress on that lower back area. When it's out here, there's the only thing that's supporting that weight is your shoulders and core and back. So we want to use our legs to lift the barbell up. So in order to do that, we're going to keep this nice and straight. We're only going to bend slightly. So we're going to bring those hips back. Our knees are going to be slightly bent. We never want our butt to go lower than our knees to pick the barbell up. So our hands are going to be about thumb width away from the smooth part. I like to do a mixed grip, one forward, one back. This holds the barbell in place so you're not struggling to hold it. So again, we're going to reach up with our chest. We're going to be looking forward. We're going to pull that barbell up close, and the whole time we're touching. We're going to bring our knees back and out of the way when we come up, and same thing when we go down. So sideways, just so you can see. Okay. So now if you don't have a barbell, no big deal. We can use some other things such as our dumbbells. We can hold it here. And again, it's just going to be that same movement, keeping it close to your body. Or a kettlebell. Same thing. Or you can use a band. If you have a band and you're at home, you can step on it, double it up. And again, we're just going to stand straight up using those legs. The next movement is going to be more legs and abs. So we're going to do our leg sliders. So we're going to get our feet stationed on the leg sliders. We want to be in a nice square position, tabletop position, if you will. And then we're going to bring our knees up, keeping our back straight and our butt down. We don't want to be up like this or, I don't know, down weird. So we want to be flat back, really squeezing those abs, and you're just going to slide back and forth using all those muscles to keep you in place. Again, using your legs to move those back and forth. So if you don't have sliders, you can do mountain climbers. So we're just gonna, or you can do mountain climbers against a bench. Or you can use, where'd my band go? You can use a band and you can do 12 on each side. So you're gonna set up in that tabletop position, come up and just push straight back with that leg. hand around our wrist, and we're going to come up, keeping the knee off the ground the whole time and pushing straight back. Trying not to move that body at all. Right, Mimi? Okay. So our last movement is going to be our renegade rows. So the important thing about the renegade rows is that you don't want to move your body. Again, this is going to be a full body movement because you're going to be using your glutes and hamstrings and core to stay in place. So before I get the weight, just things that you don't want to do is, well, first off, you want your hands to be directly underneath your shoulders. You want your feet to be nice and wide. Give yourself a nice wide platform, and you're going to be squeezing everything. So you're going to pull the dumbbell up like this, and I'll show you with the dumbbell in a second. What you don't want to do is twist your body. You want to keep your body completely still. So you don't want your hips to go down. You don't want them to be sticking up. You want them nice and flat. And again, we don't want this. We just want nothing moving. So you're squeezing everything together to make sure that you're not moving. So if you don't have, you can, use really light dumbbells to heavier dumbbells, depending on your fitness level. If you have a band, you can do band marches with your hands. So just pulling like that. Or you can do shoulder taps. So you're just going to do a nice, slow, even shoulder tap, squeezing everything as you go. So if you need to, you can also use the box or the bench, and you can come back and again, squeezing everything, making sure nothing moves as you go back and forth with your arms. So that's all of the movements and the modifications. You're going to do all those 4 times. 4 times, mark down your time, weight, and movements, and revisit to see your progress. Good luck.